Hello and welcome to Vehicular Technology Conference and its tutorials. This tutorial is dedicated to drones and cellular networks, both 4G and 5G. My name is Evgenii Vinogradov and I am going to give the first half of this tutorial. The second one will be delivered by Aymen Fakhredine. Our material is divided into 4 parts and 4 videos dedicated to different aspects of drone usage. I will tell you about the actual and potential application of drones. Particular attention I will pay to the challenges faced by this inspiring technology. Moreover, I will emphasize the importance of safety. Yes, it may seem self-evident, but I will also provide some scientific arguments proving that this intuition is correct. Finally, I will show how telecommunication experts can improve safety of drones. That's first video. Second video. Since in the near future we expect thousands and thousands of drones in the air, they will need to follow some traffic rules. In this video, I will present several views on aerial conflict management. This information is relevant since it directly influences the requirements for the used communication technologies and networks. In the third video, I will show how cellular technologies can support aerial conflict management operations, and will give some information about wireless channel and channel modeling. So, like the basics of communication for drones. Finally, Aymen will present experimental results. They did a lot of interesting measurements for 4G and 5G connected drones. The fourth video is quite long, but it contains an impressive amount of exciting findings and insights. Enjoy! Before diving into the material, I would like to say a few words about the university where I work. Also, I should introduce myself, I guess. But let's start with the university. I'm sure that many experienced researchers know KU Leuven very well. Still, the audience of this tutorial consists of early-stage researchers too. For you, my dear colleagues, I prepared a few key facts about KU Leuven and a beautiful video. KU Leuven is located in the city of Leuven, logically. It's a cozy town located near Brussels, the capital of Belgium. Only 15 minutes by train separate Leuven from the center of the European Union and a large international airport. Leuven is full of cultural life, artists, events, and Gothic architecture. It's a lovely town, but its main pride is in the university. KU Leuven is nearly 600 years old. It's an alma mater for Nobel Prize winners, presidents of different countries, scientists, philosophers, poets, and many other notable and respected people. We respect our traditions and preserve the heritage, but we are also very modern. KU Leuven consistently ranks among the top 100 universities in the world by major ranking tables. As of 2021, it ranks 45th in the Times Higher Education rankings. For 4 consecutive years, starting in 2016, Thomson Reuters ranked KU Leuven as Europe's most innovative university. Only 6 American universities are higher than KU Leuven in these rankings. Our researchers have in field more patents than any other university in Europe. KU Leuven patents are also the most cited by external academics. At the moment, we have around 58,000 students studying in 11 cities and towns across Belgium. Although Catholic in heritage, KU Leuven operates independently from the church. KU Leuven is open to students from all different faiths or life stances. Now you see a practical example of how this attitude works. Though I'm not a student, but still. I am Russian, born in Siberia. I got my university degree from St. Petersburg Electrotechnical University. By the way, it's the first president of that university was Alexander Popov. According to IEEE, he demonstrated radio transmission and reception half a year earlier than Marconi. But Well, anyway, so many researchers could claim to be the inventor of the radio, right? How many? Sorry, I was presenting myself. In 2013, I joined KU Leuven, also in Belgium, as a PhD student. My main research domains were stochastic radio physics, radio propagation, and channel modeling. In 2017, I got my doctoral degree. Shortly after, I joined KU Leuven, group of Sophie Pollin. I have been working on wireless communication with drones, millimeter wave communications, and recently on cell-free networks. A significant part of my time I spent working on CESAR projects, supported by the European Commission. CESAR stands for Single European Sky ATM Research. While working on this, I got a fantastic opportunity to talk to many aviation experts, pilots, policymakers, engineers with different backgrounds and views. And in this tutorial, I will share some of the findings and of the knowledge that I acquired during this interesting work and period of my life. Let's start. One last thing. We're probably here. You can see my email on the screen. Academic tutorials normally consider bidirectional communication. Unfortunately, in pandemic times, we have to limit face-to-face communication. That is why this video is pre-recorded. However, we should not stop communicating and networking, right? So contact me if you have any questions. If something is not clear or you would like to hear more details on some of the mentioned issues, we can even organize a seminar or other activities, whatever you think is useful. So now, time to talk about drones, civil drones. It's a military-free zone, that's important. Okay, let's take off. Drones are very popular among high-tech enthusiasts. Why? Because it's a robot, and it's a flying robot. Not so many things can get more exciting than that, and more cool. They are flexible and mobile. They offer impressive cost efficiency and have the potential to revolutionize many aspects of our everyday life. Maybe that's why the range of drone applications is so broad. For instance, I saw some papers suggesting using UAV, for disinfecting surfaces with UV light in these COVID times. Before talking about all these futuristic applications, let's have a look to more practical ones. The ones that are available already today. The value of drones is in the payload that they carry. The most popular kind of payload now is a camera. Consequently, the applications make use of visual information. It may be useful for law enforcement and surveillance, agriculture. For instance, to spot plants that need to be watered, etc. And inspection of facilities like power lines, windmills, bridges, and other things of that kind that are usually difficult to access. What else? Search and rescue is an important domain, and every year DJI reports tens, sometimes hundreds of people saved by drones. They assist firefighters, look for lost people, detect people in need, etc. Media and entertainment is an attractive market. Have you noticed that nearly all recent movies and series heavily rely on aerial footage? Next time, pay attention. If we are talking about entertainment, cameras can easily be replaced by some other payload which creates some kind of fun. Drones truly unleash your creativity. For example, Asia has a deep-rooted culture of fireworks. Drones are a modern face of this culture. Just look at this. come on, it's beautiful, wow. But a remarkable feature of drones is that you do not need to have this complex coordination and elaborated technical solutions to cause this wow effect. Dolce & Gabbana made drones carrying their bags and immediately got a massive wave of attention on social media. But just compare these two videos. Come on! However, the visibility outcome is similar. I have no idea how it works, it's just magic. I don't know, drone magic. The second large category of the payload is telecommunication equipment. It can be a mobile IoT sensor, for example, a gas detector or something of that kind. It also can be a gateway or a sink that gathers information from ground-based sensors. In general, UAV is a thing. So it's a high-tech thing that simply has to be a part of Internet of Things, right? So, to summarize, UAV-mounted communication equipment is an important part of IoT, smart cities, intelligent transportation, smart agriculture, and many other smart areas. Talking about the market, association called Drone Industry Inside reported the market size of $22-23 billion in 2020. Of course, the pandemic had its influence, and the growth is not as impressive as it was expected. However, they still expect the market size to double next 4 years. Here you can see the pie chart reflecting the revenue by application. But let's talk about future now. A trendy futuristic concept in academia is aerial base station, meaning that a part of cellular networks infrastructure is carried by a drone. It's an interesting idea since UAVs can offer dynamic network densification. It promises to be cost efficient too. Well, just imagine a crowd of people that suddenly appears in some part of a city and you do not have enough capacity in your network. Then you just send drones and everything is okay. And well, but okay, there are several overview papers on this. Just have a look. And well, I gave a few tutorials dedicated to this application during ICC, Globecom, and other conferences, so I realized that it's a topic that cannot be covered in several minutes. So that's why I'm just mentioning and leaving it here and, well, read the papers. They are very useful. Another futuristic application is drone delivery. Yes, Amazon announced that they started working on this idea back in 2013, so 8 years ago, but it's still not around. Why? It's an excellent question, and but okay, I will get back to it a bit later, in a few minutes maybe. But now delivery. Some papers claim that soon we will have thousands of flights per hour. McKinsey concluded that by 2026, autonomous vehicles will deliver nearly all parcels to consumers and around 80% of all items. The sudden outbreak of COVID-19 enabled some initiatives to replace human delivery, like couriers, with robots. For instance, Chinese giant, I'm afraid of pronouncing it wrongly, but something like Meituan, I guess. It's a huge company, leader of the Chinese market, which is huge. And so they launched delivery by ground rovers and started testing delivery UAVs. And, well, the delivery market probably benefited more than anyone else from the pandemic. Along with, sanitizers, mask producers, and, well, many other people. But, yeah, the delivery for sure is the most technological one. Not talking about video. Okay, forget. the message here is that these delivery companies have got some money for experimenting. And, well, moreover, about delivery, the largest companies in the area of e-commerce is also indicated this direction as very interesting. Well, basically, many companies starting with Amazon to Walmart and Yandex. Sorry, I did not find anyone with that. But all these companies are working on these applications. On the other hand, drones already deliver some items. For instance, goods for healthcare system. Just have a look to these examples. As I started categorizing the applications by payload, I probably should take it to the extreme and mention air taxis, or urban air mobility, as it is called in some papers. Human as a drone payload. This will be the ultimate application. When we have it, we reach the highest level of technology maturity. Many world-leading companies such as Uber, Airbus, and many others are designing air taxis already now. Just take a look to this video. It was taken in November 2020. This taxi took a 2-kilometer flight in Seoul, South Korea. Of course, it will take years till this service is commercially available. But a nice thing is that we are moving in this direction. In 2018, Porsche Consulting predicted the market size to reach $32 billion by 2035. Sounds good. Not bad, at least. It was 3 years ago. And a recent report by Morgan Stanley, which is a very, very, very reputable company, projected the market size of $1.5 trillion by 2040. It's comparable with the GDP of South Korea, and not in the next century, but just in 20 years. It's impressive. Potentially, air taxis is the largest drone market. Start working on it. Start already now. Horses, railways, airplanes revolutionize the world. And I think drones can be the next one. Work on this. But okay, let's get back to the question why drones are not used broadly. Yeah, sorry, from my voice still did not recover, so I have to I will have to stop sometimes. Yes. So question was why drones are not around. The answer is probably complex and cannot be concisely formulated. Currently, I'm writing a paper, an article where I try to use some philosophical, epistemological concept to find an answer. But it seems to be too ambitious to claim that I will manage to formulate the ultimate truth. However, I will share 2 key findings. The first one is that, well, it's kind of seems trivial, but it's evident that the technology is not mature. More precisely, the development is not uniform, not balanced. I suggest you to read this article. It's a very nice systematic review on UAV-related papers written by academics, practitioners, policymakers, and other actors involved in drone technology development. By using several recognized review techniques, the authors managed to analyze a few thousand relevant papers. And the conclusion is that the most urgently needed solutions should target physical safety of drones and people and ethical issues, sustainability and especially privacy. No surprise, we all know about this, but also the paper contains a very interesting observation that the issue of safety is characterized by a great level of awareness. In other words, everyone knows that it's important, and in all papers it's mentioned. It's one of the most popular, I think first or second popular problem mentioned in literature. However, the number of proposed solutions does not correlate with the perceived importance. Less than 5%. Less than 5% of analyzed articles propose safety-focused solutions. It's only the sixth topic in terms of popularity. How do you pronounce it? Okay, and the second key message, always keep in mind public acceptance. Communicate with the public. Elicit the public concerns and address them. Safety is one of the major concerns, and we as researchers must not ignore this issue. This is the main message of this tutorial. Work on safety, emphasize the importance of it, articulate that your solution is safe, and, well, it is essential from development point of view, and it will also positively affect the public acceptance of drones. And, as a bonus, I do not have much time to spend on this, so I will just leave this paper here, table here. So just you can put on pause and study this. This is the list of major factors affecting the success of drone technology. So, what should we work on? At this point, I would love to have a short brainstorm session with the audience, but COVID. There are many ways, many directions that we can take. For example, one can design a path planning approach considering channel quality and ground population density, for instance, like two different factors. We can use edge computing to process visual information, and, well, we can process this information to avoid other drones or buildings. As in this paper, you can also reconstruct the map of the environment and use it for predicting the channel quality. So I'm sure you can generate a lot of different ideas. I will rely on your creativity. But in this tutorial, I am aiming at providing a slightly unusual perspective on wireless communication with drones. I hope that this relocation of the viewpoint will provoke a burst of your creativity, of your own creativity. All of you know Elon Musk. Sharp change of the topic. No. He is a rock star of engineering nowadays, but he is standing on giant shoulders. I mean the US and USSR space programs. Many of the solutions he is using were designed long before he was even born. Similarly to SpaceX, we should rely on the vast experience accumulated by manned aviation. Nearly 1 billion passengers trusted their lives to pilots and air traffic controllers in 2019. People trust this technology, and we should learn from avionic experts. Moreover, while I was working on CSR projects, I realized that people shaping UAV regulations rely a lot on the manned aviation background. Wireless experts should also consider this possibility, at least consider. It helps to define the targeted performance metrics. Well, indeed, knowing the range is important, expected latency, expected amount of information to be shared. All this knowledge is vital. In the next part of this tutorial, I will describe some aviation concepts and ideas that we can adopt for UAVs. We can, or we will actually have to, since they will be imposed by the decision makers listening to the avionic experts. That also may happen. See you there.